Howdy everyone. So I'm using my new 4K camera here, still getting used to it and getting used to its functions and what it's capable of doing. So this is going to be interesting because I'm not even sure how the audio sounds on this thing because I don't have any kind of remote mic or a wired mic. So hopefully this audio is decent. But anyway, as you can see, I'm starting to work on the bulkheads a little bit. I forget what numbers these are, but they're F711 somethings. I don't know what, but these are done and ready to be assembled. And by done, I mean that they have been deburred and edge finished, and they've been fluted, as you can see, and they've been cleaned up, and they're ready to go together. A couple things I want to point out on the on some of these flanges. When on these tighter corners, they mine tended to overlap a little bit, so I had to cut a little bit of these ears off with some tin snips. But it's no big deal. I mean, you can see there's plenty of edge distance from the hole here. But just a little mental note that you may have to trim these ears back because during the bending process when they formed it, these overlapped quite a bit. And fluting, you want to flute the flanges just like you did with the wing ribs because these flanges, they get bent during the forming process and you want to flute them. You can see this one here has no fluting here, then it starts with a little bit in here, and then of course when you get to the more curved areas you may have to flute a little bit deeper as you go around to keep these flanges straight. Again, fluting, if you read the manual, fluting does not take out twist. It just flattens out or straightens out the flanges. So as I said, these are ready to go. I'm not going to speak to that for too long. Here's another another bulkhead. Again, ready to go. So I'm going to move on to the next step, which I believe is basically assembly. I got to put some holes in these for cabling and things like that, and then just do some basic assembly. So I'll get on to that next, and gosh, I'm hoping this footage turns out nice and at least sounds decent. So we'll find out. Let me know. Again, I don't want to keep harping on it, but if you can leave me some comments on either what you want to see in my videos, what you don't want to see, if you got any suggestions for better footage. Right now I'm trying to shoot in 4K, but let me know what you guys want, and I'll see if I can get it for you. All right, thanks. See you. All right, so here I am with this 711 bulkhead. I've got A and B clecoed together, and so this is bulkhead A, this is bulkhead B. I've got the bars made. These dimensions are laid out in the instructions. I've got the initial hole drilled, and again, these dimensions are given in the instructions. So the hole is centered on the bar, and it is 5/8 inch from the end on both bars. Once you have that laid out, you cleco it to the bulkhead, and then you also have center line drawn down the entire length of each bar. Once you have those holes in the bar clecoed that you pre-drilled, you can go ahead and align your center line down the center of these holes and then cleco the bars in place, which is what I have just done. So now at this point, I'm going to verify that those did not move, and they did not. So I'm going to use my drill bit, and I'm going to mark this topmost hole, just like that, and I can see when I look down here that the mark that I made is perfectly centered on my reference line. So I've got a mark there and I've got a mark here. Now I'm going to go ahead and take these bars off and take it over to the drill press. I'll center punch my mark. I'll drill those holes. I'll bring this back. I'll cleco it again at this end. I'll cleco it up here at this end. And then I'll go ahead and, using this drill bit, I'll go ahead and mark all of these holes. And then I'll take it back apart, center punch everything, drill everything, come back, and see how it fits. When you do your holes, before you start doing your holes and you have your bars laid out on your bulkhead, make sure that these notches that you have to make are on the outside. So there is going to be a left and a right if you want to keep them, if you want to keep everything together all the time. Once they're drilled, you can probably put this bar on this side and this bar on this side, but why chance it? I just go ahead and mark everything right and left, right and left. I've got the bars marked right and left. That way, when you assemble, disassemble, assemble, disassemble, they come back to the same location. All right.